what we have to work with.
There we go. All right, guys.
There
All
you
right.
go.
Well, thank you, Sarah, so much. All right. So here's what we're going to talk about today. Thank you, everyone, for joining today. I apologize for all of the technical difficulties, but I'm going to blame no one for that, okay, but Zoom, okay? So as you can see on the page, this is AtoZDatabases.com. So I'll walk through some slides and then I'll show you our home page, and hopefully you take down some information here. But again, I think, Sarah, you're recording this for posterity so that people can refer back to it. But my name is Treg Drews. I'm with AtoZDatabases. Our company is about 10 years old. We have over 2,200 libraries nationwide that subscribe to our services, whether it's through Wills or Michigan or some other state library consortiums or private and public libraries. And actually, Sarah, the last time that I presented, one of the people that participated, Nicolette Technical College, just purchased our product on Monday. So thank you for that. Yeah, so my name is Treg again. So you can contact me at treg@AtoZDatabases.com if you want a free trial. I've got the URL right here. We offer a free trial of our product for 30 days, and I'm more than happy to walk you through that once that time comes. But let's go to the next slide. So what is AtoZDatabases? We're an online reference and marketing database. We have sales leads. We have a research database for finding businesses, people, and jobs. And I think jobs is one of the most important things that we probably have to talk about today. So we want to help your patrons find jobs. We want to help your small businesses find potential customers to grow their business, because that's huge too. A lot of restaurants around the country are going out of business. And then it's a research tool to find businesses and or people and personal information. For job seekers, we have reference information as far as tying open jobs through Indeed.com back to links and companies that are within our database. And then as far as what we provide, we offer guidance and templates for resumes. And again, I'll show you that real quick once we get through the slide deck. As far as looking for a job, we have in-depth information about any business in the U.S., and we're a directory of 30 million businesses and over 240 million consumers or people throughout the company. If you want to find a person or a business, we certainly can help you out with that. Patrons are always looking for specific businesses or healthcare professionals. One of the things I like to point out is I've had a few different surgeries personally, so full disclosure. And if I were to move to a new town or city, I would like to search for someone that could help me out with those services. So we offer those as well, 12 million healthcare professionals. And then also we provide that person search. And then again, I kind of am kicking a dead horse here, but we're talking about healthcare professionals, lists of businesses, different types of businesses. And then for the small business community, what we offer are free leads to those small business community entrepreneurs. And I've heard that mentioned before with Jim talking about entrepreneurship. So if you have small business owners in your community, in your library area who are card holders of your library, we can help them out as far as finding new customers, whether it's on the B2B side or the B2C side, and we can certainly help you out with that through tutorials that we have and through training sessions that we have. We have 6 every week, 2 on Monday, 2 on Wednesday, and 2 on Friday, that will walk you through how to find new businesses, how to typically use our product, and then how to find jobs. And we'll talk about that again as I walk you through our user interface. And then again, for the librarians, a lot of people come into your library and they ask about, what's the weather like? How do I find this? Or I don't have a computer at home. So you can answer research questions for your clients or for your patrons. You can also increase your staff efficiency by showing them how to use these things on our product. And then you can also grow, again, through the small business community, link with your Chamber of Commerce and bring those people into your library again, and hopefully gain the number of patrons and the number of card holders in your library. Again, so we also have map-based searches. And again, there's a lot of things that we could go through today, and for the sake of time, what I will do is just go through the slide deck and then answer any questions after I walk you through our user interface. So again, we also have new movers. We can show you how to find new or potential donors, again, for the library, or for instance, if your zoo needs to find new donors or patrons for their services, or if you need to find people that would like to donate to the library because they like to read or they like to travel, or for any other reason, we have that information on our database. So again, my name is Treg Drews. My contact information is treg@AtoZDatabases.com. This is a link to asking for a free trial. We offer a free 30-day trial for any library that would like to look at our product, and then I would be happy to provide a free demonstration. A free demonstration for you anytime. So let me get out of this, and I'll do a new share and share my other screen. Let me hit escape, minimize this, and there's our home page. So before I go into this, does anyone have any question that is on the phone today or on the demo?
Treg, this is Sarah. I just had one comment too, that Treg is very willing to prorate subscriptions. So for those public libraries that tend to want their subscriptions to run on a calendar year, January to December, Treg has always been very accommodating. If you want to start sooner than a January 1st start date, he can certainly prorate, and also does a very nice job of keeping the renewal rates from year to year very low, if not
Thank
flat.
you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we understand what everybody's going through right now with COVID and being shut down and not having funding, and we understand that budgets are being cut 20 to 50%. So one of the last libraries that I've talked to and purchased our product was Plymouth. And what we like to do is, you know, if you run on a January, December, or a June, July budget, we'll work with you if you like our product right now and your budget doesn't come up for discussion or renewal until January. We'll certainly work with you. If you like the product, you can go ahead and sign up. Not today. I'm not gonna be that guy. But if you like the product and you want to do a demo and a trial, we would certainly be happy to get you signed up, and you could have that, what we call is a start it now situation, where then we won't bill you until January if that's the case. So that's all up for discussion, and we can certainly talk about that. So can everyone see the user interface, our home page here? Sarah, are you guys seeing that?
No.
How about, well,
Just shows your
let me minimize this.
There you, yeah, I see the end of the slideshow, and now you are.
You see the end?
You are at your last slide.
Okay, hold on. Let me get back there. Yeah, so, hold on a sec here. Okay, how about now?
Perfect. Yes.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you so much for sticking with me. Sorry for the delay. So this is our home page, our user interface. So what you can do on this page are a number of things. We have quick searches across the top. You can find a business or an executive right here. You can find a job in this section. You can look for a person or do a reverse search by phone. And then what we'll also show you down at the bottom here are our main 6 databases. So we have 30 million businesses, which I talked about before, over 240 million people or residences, and then we have 2 million new businesses that we get a file on every week, as well as 350,000 new movers and new homeowners. So it depends on who you are. Again, if you're a person looking for an individual or a single business, you're going to want to look up here in this area, or a job. If you are one of your small business owners or part of the small business community at the Chamber, you're going to want to come down here and do a major search for some of these things. And again, we don't have the time to go into every one of these in detail, because typically a demonstration of our homepage and everything we have to offer takes about 30 to 45 minutes. I have 15 minutes today, so it looks like I maybe have about 7 minutes left. The other thing I want to talk about is the 12 million healthcare professionals, and that's really critical today now too, because of what we're going through. Again, I don't want to dig too deep into this. What I want to make sure that everyone has is my contact information. And again, you can always go back to Sarah to get that. You can reach me at TREG, that's T-R-E-G, at A2Z, that's AtoZDatabases.com for a free trial and a free demonstration of our product. But let's take a quick search for Apple. And this is going to be Apple across the entire country. And we're not going to put a city or a state in, because I want to show you how quickly we can search through, and I've clicked the green button for search. We're searching through 30 million businesses, and we returned results that quickly. So you'll see Apple Inc. is at the very top of Timothy Cook, and we're showing you their address, their city, state, zip, as well as their phone number. And then what you can also do is click into this particular record, and then kind of going to that job piece, you look over here on the right-hand side under job postings, and you'll see we have one of two pages here of all the jobs that are posted for Apple. If I click on View All Jobs, again, this is being piped into our database, and we're connecting that to like or similar companies in our database of, for instance, behavioral interventionist, a board-certified behavior analyst, and a clinical director at Apple. And I'm sure that applies to everyone that's on the phone call right now, right? We can all apply for that job. So I'm being funny, I hope. But so we're going to go back to details. And again, here's the overall overview of Apple Inc. If I want to, I can go back to Home. And now let's look for a job. Again, I'm going to look for IT in the zip code of 68135, which is local here to Omaha, Nebraska, which is where we are. And I'm going to do a quick search of that particular IT nomenclature, and then we find over 3,000 jobs that include IT. So it's going to pull anything where the job title has IT. So we see there's a pet care specialist, because IT is in that word, but also a benefit analyst, a field technician. So again, what you see here, if I hover over that particular business name, is that's a link to that company in our database. And it also shows all of the jobs that are associated to this company on the right-hand side. So if I were to click on this location, I would find this particular job in Indeed.com. So there's a lot of different ways you can find information with our database. You can look for a business, you can look for a job, and then search for that business. Then what you can also do, again, see how this opened it up in a new window. I can go back to the results view. I can go back to Home, and what I can do is I can search for a zip code. But what I want to show you here is our cover letters, resumes, and tips. And this is very critical to what a lot of librarians and reference librarians, adult services people, are really thrilled about our database, where I can look for step number 2, applying for the job, and I can say, hey, I want some help with resumes and cover letters, because a lot of the folks that, and I hope this resonates with everybody on the phone, don't have access to a computer or the suite of Microsoft products at home. They don't have Excel, they don't have Word, or they don't have PowerPoint, like all of us have the luxury of having at work. So what we provide them is the opportunity to open up a template for a resume. So that's going to pop open down here. I'm going to open that up. And what that's going to do is open it up in Word on my other window or my screen here. And as soon as it's done opening, I will bring that over in about 3, 2, 1, and there it is. Let me drag it over here. So this gives them a template, and we have 3 templates for each of these. where they can populate their information. And then, you know, when they come up to your desk at the reference desk or the adult services desk, they can say, hey, you know what, I don't have this information available to me at home. Can you help me with this? And you can point them in this direction. And I hope that, again, resonates with everybody on the phone today. We have 3 templates for chronological, 2 for functional. There's 1 basic or plain, and then as well we have cover letters for people to create their own cover letters, and then they can either print that off or they can save that off on a thumb drive, or they can email it to themselves from the library to somewhere else or to a friend or whoever might have a computer. And again, I'm going to go back to our home page. I'm going to close this. And then we can also find a person. So I'm going to take a look at myself. I have no shame. I'm the only Treg Drews in the United States, in fact, in the world. So I'm going to search through 240 million people, and this is how quickly it returned that result. So it's not only going to find Treg Drews, it's going to find any T or Drew equivalent to what I'm searching for. So this is me right here at 26839 Taylor Circle. So what you're going to see is my basic geographical information as far as my physical address. There's a link, which we have on our business file as well as our consumer file, to your actual address, the metro area you're in, the county, if we have a gender associated to you, and then length of residence and age. And these are all very, very close. Whoop, I don't know what that's about. Let me get rid of that. Okay. As well as estimated household income, market value, and then census information from 2010, and then nearby neighbors. Okay? So this is type of information that you're going to get with our database. And while you can certainly download this information, again, so if I go back to home real quick, and I'm going to show you when we go to get started, and I apologize if I'm going fast, but I've got like 1 minute left. I'm going to look for a state, and that's going to be Nebraska, since that's where I live. Nebraska, see how it moves it over to the right. Now I want to look for a keyword, and let's look for a restaurant because I like to eat. And we're going to look for restaurants and food services, and you'll see how that pulls it down to the bottom. Now I'm going to go to the right and update my count. There's 1. So we've done something wrong here because, okay, we need to put an S there. That's what we need to do. Now we're going to look for burger restaurants, and I'm going to get rid of that. Let's update this. Now we have 488 in Nebraska. I want to look and do a search on those 488. So I see that we have them right here. First off is Donna Millie's. So let's say I want to download these records. I could certainly do it.
Treg, you might have hit mute.
Jamie, do you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Hello, check 1, 2. Okay. On this particular page, and I'm going to email those records. So I'm going to say I want to email those to Treg Drews. That's my Gmail account, and I can do it in a PDF or an Excel or a CSV file. Very simple stuff. I'm going to do CSV. And the results view is what we see here. We see the name, the person's name, their address, city, state, phone number, and revenue. And I'm going to click Continue. So what that's going to do very quickly is bundle that information, and it's already sent that off to my email address. So I'm going to hit Close. Something else I want to show you real quick is I want to save this search. So now I'm going to save this as Test, and I'll call this Test Sarah, and I'm going to hit Save. So once I've created my own account within AtoZDatabases, I'm going to view all of my searches, and there it is right there. This is Test Sarah, and there's 488 records. So if I go back to that particular search, it takes me right back to that search. So if you're a small business entrepreneur and you have a certain demographic of businesses that you target or consumers that you target, then you can save that search off and you can revise it and manipulate it and then download that information, do some sort of marketing campaign, and so on. So one last thing. Sarah, do I have another 30 seconds?
Sure.
Okay. So what I want to show you on our consumer file, which is something I talked about before, what we want to look at here are the opportunities for you to find specific people. So we talked about geography, so let's just take a look at a state again. We're going to look for, let's just go Alabama for our first one. I'll update the count real quick. There's 4.2 million people in Alabama. But now I want to look at people that have a certain type of interest. So what do they do in Alabama? I bet they like sports, right? So let's take a look at what they like. Do they like the golf? They probably like some NASCAR. They might like some spectator sports on TV. So I'll update my count. Now that drops it down to 710,000 people. Now I want to know who of those people like to donate. So let's take a look here. And let's open this up. What do they like to donate for? Maybe animal welfare, or charitable, or maybe a health donor. And let's update that count. So it takes us all the way down to 589,000. So those are some of the things, some of the demographics that we have on our database that you're able to segment our database by. And then again, if you're a person looking for an individual or a business or a job, you have all of those options with quick searches across our homepage. So again, let me go back up here and go home. So you have all of that across the top. If you really want to drill down into the 30 million businesses we have or the 240 million people we have, you have all of those other demographics as well as lifestyle information. With new businesses and new homeowners, you can look at new businesses and people that have moved into the area or created a business within the last week, 2 weeks, a month, 6 months, a year. And then your healthcare professionals, you can really drill into definitely specific types of degrees as well as gender and where did they get their license and so on. So having said all that, I appreciate everyone's time today. Again, it's Treg at AtoZDatabases.com. If you have any questions, give me a call at 402-939-3873 or reach out to Sarah, and she's got all of my contact information. We have over almost 60 libraries in the state of Wisconsin that subscribe to our services, and we would like to add you to that list.